Hey guys, Round Talk Football here, back again with another video on the channel, and today we're here to talk about Premier League club, but a certain Premier League club. With about 5 games left in the season, Southampton are most looking likely to get relegated from the Premier League. Of course, this is being filmed on a Sunday, so I don't know if they've been playing, obviously due to play Newcastle later on this afternoon. But what I'm going to look at with the club pretty much on verge of being relegated from the top division, I'm going to have a look at the 10-day decade and what has gone wrong this season. There has been quite a lot of wrongs here. So once again, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys so much for hitting 100 subscribers this week. I do really appreciate it. There is more stuff to come. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading as much recently, but with the season ending, there's not really much to talk about. But yeah, no, trust me, there will be videos returning soon. I've got some stuff planned to do over the summer. But yeah, we're going to get on and talk about Southampton football. So last season, Southampton finished 15th in the Premier Division, which is not a bad finish. I mean, considering they sort of shakiness they had about themselves. But another solid season, and yeah, I don't know what happened this season because there's been a lot of obviously off-field issues. I mean, I know they lost a few players. But it seems like they lost players and then signed them some too many inexperienced players like Roman Lavia, who's a decent player, don't get me wrong, but he's a bit young. Joe Aribo from Rangers came in as well, and so did Bella Kotchop. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it was the right mix. I mean, I did predict at the start of the season that Southampton would get relegated, purely because I thought it being a bit too much for them this season to stay up. And no disrespect to them, Southampton, but I just thought this season was going to be the season they were going to struggle because I just couldn't see where they were going to get goals from. And they've only got Shea Adam and Adam Armstrong as strikers. I just couldn't see where they were going to get the goals. I mean, last season they had Brozier as well, but obviously because he was only a lone player, I couldn't see really what it was going to be. Obviously, I know they got one of the best free kick takers in the game with James Ward-Prowse, but that's the trouble. You need to get on the pitch. And yeah, so Southampton had an okay-ish start, I think, to the season. I don't think they were really setting the league alight. It's going to get up. But I know they beat Chelsea and they also beat Leicester at the start of the season. So they started off okay. And they got some points on the board. I think they were on about 8 or 9 points after the first 4 games. So it wasn't that bad. But it just seemed to have gone wrong since that Chelsea win. I know they beat Bournemouth 1-0 and fans were calling for Ralph Hasenhüttl to be sacked. He was sacked shortly afterwards. And I think that was the moment I knew Southampton were going to get relegated. Because, I mean, fair enough to Southampton, they wanted to try something different. But, yeah, I just felt Southampton were going to have a lot of problems this season. And when that sacked Ralph Hasenhüttl, that was a big choice. I didn't think it was the right. I think it might have been the right choice. But I don't think it was the right choice because I think he's a very experienced manager who's managed Leipzig, and I think he would have definitely, if he had backing, I think they would have stayed up a lot more comfortable than they have. But that's the reason it cost them, because they appointed arguably one of the most. I think this is arguably, in my opinion, one of the worst decisions the club's made this season, by appointing Nathan Jones. Now, yes, Nathan Jones did do a good job at Luton, but if you look at before when he left Luton to go to Stoke in 2019, I think it was, or 2018, when they just came down from the Premier League, he struggled and was sacked within a year, and then obviously went back to Luton and then done well again. I don't think it was a good move for Nathan Jones, to be honest with you. I think he should have stayed at Luton, because at Luton he had a very settled squad. He knew what the club was doing. That was all young. Whereas at Southampton, it's completely different. They're all different. It's a different sort of style of football that they tend to play. Now, he only won 1 game, which I think was a 2-1 win against Everton. But there was a lot of issues coming from Nathan Jones. I know they beat Manchester City 2-0 as well in the League Cup, but I don't think it was. I don't think the players agreed with what the style of football that was being played or it was being said. I know he coming up with some silly stuff in the press. Against Brentford, he came out and when they lost 3-0, he came out and said it was my fault. I mean, you don't really do that when you're the manager. You shouldn't come out and say it's your fault. I mean, you need to take your players. And I think he said something about some Welsh lady in one of them or something. I some fantasy or something, which I think he was talking a load of utter nonsense. So yeah, I think that was inevitable that Nathan Jones was going to be sacked. I mean, I think they lost to Wolves and they had 10 men for about 60 minutes of the game and they were winning 1-0 at that stage and they still managed to lose it. I think it was inevitable. And in that game as well, James Ward-Prowse had a free kick at the last minute, but instead of actually going to shoot, I think he went to pass. It reminded me of Roy Hodgson at Liverpool when Gerrard missed that penalty all them years ago. I think the players have had enough, and I think Southampton fans have had enough as well of this guy, and obviously he was sacked after about 3 months. And obviously replaced by Ruben Selles, but you're asking a lot for a 39-year-old, 39-year-old manager who was brought in to assist Ralph Hasenhüttl at the start of the season. You're asking a lot of him to try and keep Southampton in the Premier League. Fair enough, I did watch them against Arsenal the other week, and they played really well. They should have won, but they threw that one away. But I watched them against Bournemouth on Thursday, and it was the same again. Them games you've got to be winning at home against relegation rivals. They haven't done it. They lost at Leeds, they lost at home to Palace. These are the games they have to be winning if they want to stay in the league. Obviously, going into today's game against Newcastle, I wouldn't expect them to get nothing there. I could be wrong when I put this out on Monday afternoon, but we shall see. So let's have a look at Southampton's fixtures and let's have a look at a slim chance then. So I'm going to read them out to you because I can't see, but they've only got 4 games left and they're 6 points adrift. The next game is a massive game for them, as I didn't realise this. They're actually away to Nottingham Forest this weekend on Monday. That is huge. They have to win that. If they do not win that, I think they will be down. Still got Fulham at home, and then to finish off with a tough trip to Brighton at home to Liverpool on the last day of the season. Looking at them fixtures and looking at the way they played, I cannot see them staying up. I cannot see it. Because I just think it's too much for a squad that is it's inexperienced in the Premier League, and an inexperienced manager. No disrespect to Ruben Selles. I just can't see it staying up. They need to do perhaps what most clubs have done, have a season back in the Championship, reset, come back up. Because it's happened to a lot of clubs. Obviously, Burnley, a prime example of one. It's happened to West Brom, went down for a couple of years and then came up and stayed up here. It's one of them things. I think if they were to go down, I think, to be honest with you, the way they're going, they will struggle in the Championship. But they need backing. Burnley, done it last season, straight back up. And look at Norwich and Watford, no backing, and they've struggled. If they end up like Norwich and Watford next season in the Championship, I seriously fear for them, because I think that squad on paper at the moment, I don't think is good enough for the Championship, because I think it's a very tough league to get out of. I'll probably come back to say this when they are down, but yeah, I just can't see this. This will come back to haunt me this statement actually, but I just can't see them staying up in the Championship. Staying up this season and then going up next season in the Championship. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit confused there, but yeah, I do feel for Southampton, because they are a club that have had some highs in the Premier League. Obviously, Europa League a couple of times. They've had a very good squad back in 2014 with the likes of Mane and Van Dijk. They've actually had some good players come through the academy and sold on. So Mane, Van Dijk. You've had who else come through? Wanyama was sold. I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think of a player, but there's quite a few. I mean, quite a lot of them obviously went to Liverpool, and so yeah. I think Southampton do need a season back in the Championship, because they've been up for a while, and I think their luck has finally run out. The trouble is, you don't want to end up like somebody, again, like I said, Stoke, who were up for 10 years and haven't been back since. You want to get back up straight away. But let me know your guys' comments down below. Did you see this coming at the start of the season? And how do you think Southampton will do if they were to be relegated next season? At the end of this season, sorry. Once again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, they're playing Newcastle today. I didn't realise that, but hopefully they might have got something there. I highly doubt it. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.